Here's how Dan Bilzerian deals with hot women, but most importantly, advice for you guys out there, how not to get disrespected when your hot-ass chick is talking to another dude. Malik, roll the clip.
Different philosophy with it. You know, like, I mean, if a guy's disrespectful in front of me, then that's different. But but if a guy's just hitting on a girl that you're with, she's got to handle that. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
Because if you have a hot girl, well, here's the thing: if you have a hot girl, like, she has to police her own shit. Because like, guys are gonna hit on her regardless. Like, I don't care if you're like publicly married, guys are gonna try and hit on a hot girl, right? So if she's not capable of like policing her shit, you gotta find a new girl, right? Because like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna be like, the guy that runs around like beating up every guy that hits on your girl? I've got a different philosophy with it, you know, like.
So let me frame this question, and I'm gonna turn it over to you ladies. He talks about she's got to handle that. If you're with a girl, right, and a guy, and you're all attractive women here, and a guy starts talking to you, she needs to say, hey, I've got a man. My man's over here. Sorry, not interested. She needs to police her own shit, as Dan Bilzerian basically says, right? Yes. So, or the man has to find himself a new girl. I would get in an argument all the time with my buddy, let's just call him G, and I'm not gonna call him out, but he would flip out anytime some dude would try to talk to his girl. And I would say, what do you want guys not to talk to your girls? Like, yeah, I don't want anybody talking to my girl, bro. Well, I got news for you. I got news for you. You can do one of two things. Yeah. You can date a hot chick and deal with it, or just date some ugly chick that no guy's gonna want to talk to. The choice is yours. He goes, well, why can't I just date a hot chick that no guy is gonna want to talk to? I go, that's not how it works, homie. Not gonna happen. He's like, all right, fine, man. All right, Saz, that's fine. But the reality is this. We just talked about guys being visual creatures. 80% of what guys are attracted to are beauty or the booty. We know this.
Or a beautiful booty.
So help the guys out there, ladies, okay? There's often, you know, people that say you can't listen to advice from women because they don't understand what it's like being a man. And for the most part, sometimes they're right because you don't know what it's like being a man. But you know, all as attractive women, what it's like being hit on by a dude when you have a dude. Am I wrong? Okay. So Gabby, you're nodding. You're gorgeous, you're tall, you're tan, you got it going on. If you've got a man, okay, what do you do when you get hit on, and what should your man do?
Well, I should clarify. I don't actually get like hit on in person. Like I actually don't get approached when we're out. So I'm not like.
I don't either.
Yeah. So like that. I've never actually really. Yes. But,
Stop it.
No, dead ass. But the point that you brought up, and this is like, it was a TikTok the other day, and I sent this to all of my friends, guys, girls, everybody under the sun, and it was like, lack of a better term for baddie, but it was like, don't date a baddie if you don't want a baddie. Just because you're dating a hot girl, now that you're dating her, does not make her ugly. Like, if you wanted an ugly, we're all beautiful women in our own ways, but if you wanted an ugly girl, go date an ugly girl. If you're dating a girl that's attractive, she's not going to become less attractive when you start dating her. Things are not going to change. So the female needs to own that. Like, I think about that because I just dealt with a very insecure individual, and he could not handle the social media. I was like, I don't entertain any of this. Like, I don't want any of this. I don't want male followers. It doesn't help me. You're not buying a bikini from me. You're not buying my protein powder, the Office Health over here. So when you have these things, and you have to be able to own that and be confident in yourself and be confident with the woman that you're dating, knowing that she's dedicated to you and only you. Now, I've seen the other side where they slip up and you want to mess around. That's on you. But you want somebody who's going to be confident. The girl, like maybe they see like, oh, there's this person comes in and they want to give them the attention. That's on them.
Bingo. Isn't that a legitimate concern for a man?
Yeah. Well, that's not the girl for you then.
Then you shouldn't be with her.
So
then you
Rosa,
shouldn't be with them.
Rosa, you've been with your man 10 years. You're a lovely lady. You're feminine. I assume men approach you from time to time. Where do you live? What area?
Fort Lauderdale.
So you're here in South Florida.
I'm here.
There's guys driving fancy cars. There's rich dudes. There's horny dudes. They're out there. What do you do when you get approached?
I'm married, happily married. Thank you very much. And that's it. And thank you for the compliment, but I am married. That's it. Walk away, and that's it. My man is my man. I respect my man, and I love when we're out partying and my man's there. He knows who I am. He knows that I'm gonna turn it down, and I love that because he trusts me, and that bond. Nobody can touch.
Well, and respect to you, you're married, you have a ring in your finger, which is basically like a stay away thing. I actually know girls that actually...
but
men don't care.
Guys love
no,
that
I
even
get
more.
it, but I actually know girls that wear fake rings just to kind of keep it
I
away.
used to, yeah.
But guys are oblivious. I'll say a buddy to a friend, I'm like, why'd you buy that girl a drink? You didn't realize that she had a ring? Oh, dude, I didn't even look at it. What, buddy? It was shining on, okay. Yeah. But Jamie, you're not married, but you're in a relationship.
I am.
How long you been in a relationship for?
About 3 years.
Okay, so it's been a while. So, but meaning you don't have a dude repellent on, you don't have a ring yet.
I do not.
Now, in my opinion, he should probably buy one soon. But that's another story.
Okay.
When a guy's hit on you, you're in a gym, you're attractive. What steps do you take to repel these men?
Well, listen, first and foremost, I'm a people person. I was a bartender before I do what I do now. So I you know, it's not not normal for people to not talk to each other. Yeah. So it's fine. But if it's starting to go that route, I just politely say that, like, listen, if this is going that way, dude, I'm taking, you know, if you happen to be into guns, my boyfriend's in the firearms business.
So say this.
I pivot.
My boyfriend's a cop.
He's a cop
Gotcha.
and he's a firearm.
Jane Marie, you're out there in Miami. You out in the clubs. If you know Mizzle, you're in the clubs.
Sometimes.
So, but you don't have a man right now.
It's okay.
So speak from a single woman's perspective. You're out there partying with girls that probably have boyfriends. Be honest, you don't have to name names. How many girls in relationships, maybe will go have a drink with a guy, maybe they'll entertain a little flirting. Let's get real here. I know it happens.
Well, I've seen it. I mean, I don't hang out with girls like that. I think that's super disrespectful, first off, to yourself and the person you're with. But I have seen it to where, you know, women do get very promiscuous, especially when the drinks start hitting and, you know, conversations start flowing. But I think as a woman, you have to just handle yourself correctly, whether single, taken, married, you know, you should handle yourself with a, you know, a certain grace. And I mean, it, like she said, there's, you know, ways you can have conversations. And then when, even sometimes me being single, like, sometimes I'm like, okay, like, I'm not, you know, interested, not interested in you, you know? Like,
so this begs a different conversation, guys. You know, on one end of the spectrum, it's guys who are possessive. They're creating rules. They're maybe insecure. They tell you can't go places. And then on the other hand, there are guys who are sort of like blindly trustworthy. My girl would never, and she's getting banged out in the fucking bathroom at the club. I've seen it before. You know about that, Z. So the point is this. I don't think either one is fit for a healthy relationship. But you talked about, there's a big difference between a girl going to Starbucks and getting a double frappuccino that you're kind of into these days, or going to a full-on club, bar, and drinking. You know, drinking, clubs, bars, lounges, festivals, drugs, partying. That is a totally different environment than going to Whole Foods or going to Starbucks.
There's a fine...
So how comfortable would you guys be in a relationship if a guy was like, listen, baby, if you want to be with me, you can either go to a bar or club with me or not at all? Would anybody be okay with that?
I think that's a little black and white and polarizing. I think you have to find what makes your partner comfortable. And I think that there's a very fine, tricky line between like, well, I didn't actually do the act of cheating. And then you also have to be like, okay, but you're also putting yourself in environments where this is weird. And I mean, but I think that there's no one answer for every relationship, right? Like,
but I'm saying if you're with a guy and he says to you, I'll ask each one of you, all right, listen, if you want to be with me and you want to go out drinking to a bar, to a club, I mean, I've seen it, I've heard it, I know it, I've done it. When girls are out partying, things happen. That's not even a debate. So if you want to be with me, you're not going out to a club or bar without me.
Then he doesn't
like
trust his partner.
When I met you, you were at a club with your husband. So you're married for 10 years, you got 4 kids, it's a different story. But if Danny said something to you like, listen, you're either partying with me or not at all, how would you respond?
That's the thing. My relationship is very different than anybody's relationship that I've ever met, but that's something that we've established from the very beginning. And we kind of set our own rules. I go on girls' trips.
He says, if I just want to dance in the club.
Yeah, like what if we want to go out?
about a girls'
You have
night?
friends. You have really good friends,
Yeah,
right?
but I've also, last weekend, I went out with my girlfriends. We had dinner, and then I ended up in a lounge, and it's okay because we establish rules that, listen, you're an adult, I'm an individual, you're an individual. I don't have to tell you what you have to do or what you can't do. I cannot be in a relationship because I was in a relationship prior to Danny that it was very controlling. And I will say, I grew so much from that relationship because I was the cheater. I was the girl that was out doing all of those things, but it's because you try to have control over me. And the more you tell me no, the more I want to do it. That's
so
just the type
you
of
were the
person that I
cheater
am.
in that relationship, and you
In
did
every
it because he was
relationship
trying to be
prior
too
to Danny.
controlling?
I'm sorry?
You were the cheater in the relationship, and you did it because he was being too controlling?
Yes.
But-
And I don't know if that's just a problem that I have, but the more you tell me no, the more I want to do it. I don't know if that's the Aries in me.
Welcome
but
to
it's
the
like,
world
no.
of women, gentlemen.
I think it's anybody though. The more you hold on to a fistful of sand, it
So
slips out of
when
your
I
fingers.
met Danny, that's something that we established from the very beginning. I told him, I'm like, listen, I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with that. I don't want to be controlled. I've been controlled in every single relationship that I've been with, and look how it ended. So I'm looking for A, B, and C. If you're okay with that, then let's do this. If not, let's not. Because I knew from the very beginning that I didn't want to jump into another toxic relationship. I know my faults. I know my good and my bad. If you're telling me not to do something, I'm going to do it. Period.
When you're telling me not to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yes, because you're controlling
Is that
me.
sort of indicative of women?
I think it's humans. I think it's everybody.
I don't know. I feel like if you tell a guy, listen, bro, don't do this shit, most guys will be like, all right, I won't do it.
So if somebody said, don't push that red button, you wouldn't push it? Yeah, you would.
So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another, or if you want to watch the entire SOSCAST, click right here.